Hello, my friends. I want you to think back to when you were middle school aged, perhaps 12, 13, 14 years old. At that time, for most of us, we would do anything to just blend in, kind of keep our heads down, not stand out from the crowd. Now, there are some exceptions. There are some people who were loudly, proudly, boldly who they were, but many of us just wanted to blend in and not stand out. Unfortunately, that is not a behavior that necessarily goes away when we become adults. There's something that's actually hardwired into a lot of, if not most people, which is this desire to want to feel a sense of belonging, which isn't a bad thing. That's actually a beautiful thing. But sometimes that desire to feel like we belong or like we're a part of something can cause us to unconsciously turn off our own intuition, tone down our own critical thinking, and not necessarily think about, analyze, intuit issues, matters, topics for ourselves. We can, without meaning to, have our thoughts and feelings and beliefs dictated to us by family of origin, by a group of friends, by a political group that we identify with, etc. It doesn't mean that everything that comes from a group is necessarily bad or wrong, but I would suggest that it might be a little better for us to actually think about, feel through, intuit, and analyze things for ourselves rather than having our thoughts, feelings, and beliefs fed to us from someone or something else. So, with that, I want to invite you to join me in a meditative exercise where we will take a look at that. I love aromatherapy. Today, I'm going to be using an essential oil blend called Awaken. I like to use this for really getting my thinking clear and opening up my intuition. If you don't have this blend, that is okay. If you happen to have rosemary essential oil or peppermint, either of those are a great substitute. Both of those should be diluted with a nice carrier oil like jojoba or fractionated coconut oil. If you're using aromatherapy, I invite you to take a drop of your preferred aromatherapy and place a drop or two in your left palm. If you're using rosemary, dilute it 1 drop of carrier oil to 1 drop of essential oil. If you're working with peppermint, use 4 drops of carrier oil to 1 drop of essential oil. And once you have that essential oil in your left palm, and even if you don't have any aromatherapy, I invite you to activate the center of your forehead. So if you got the essential oil, dip your index finger in there, and then lovingly, gently press and make a little circular motion right in the very center of your forehead. This is activating of the pineal gland, which is our seat of intuition. Really feeling things from our higher self's perspective. And then let's also go ahead and dip in and go with our index finger, massage both temples gently, with or without your aromatherapy. Beautiful. And once you've got that done, let's all do 3 clearing breaths together. If you've got the aromatherapy, rub your palms together, cup your hands over your nose, leave a gap to breathe. If you don't have essential oil, you can leave your hands at your side. Go ahead and take a deep inhale through the nose, send the breath right up into the center of the forehead, the center of the head. And then big deep breath out the mouth, clearing out mental cobwebs. Take another deep breath into the heart, filling up your heart space with fresh energy. big sighing out the mouth. And a deep breath into every part of your body, out into your energy field. And a big sigh out the mouth, just a nice cleansing. And then let your breath go in through the nose, out through the nose. Close your eyes. And I want to ask you to turn your focus inward and upward towards the center of your brain, where your pineal gland is located. With the guidance of your higher self, your soul, the part of you that is able to see things from the higher perspective, the part of you that's detached from emotions, I'm going to ask that your soul guide you. Is there an area in your life where you have unconsciously allowed your thoughts, beliefs, and possibly feelings to be dictated to you or fed to you from an external source? Take a moment to feel that. Is there somewhere in your life where you're letting your thoughts, beliefs, and feelings be fed to you by someone or a group outside of yourself? Beautiful. Once you're aware of what that might be, again, even the most independent of thinkers, there can be still some areas in our lives where we allow others to tell us what to think, believe, and feel. Once you're aware of that, with your eyes still closed, I invite you to be aware of whatever this topic is. How do you feel about it? How have you been feeling about it? And now I'm going to ask that your higher self point out to you perhaps a different perspective, a more authentic, uniquely personal perspective, rather than what's been fed to you by others. Beautiful. And with the guidance of your soul, just take a moment to feel if there are any different action steps you can take based on seeing this issue from a different perspective. I want to invite you to take a little bit of time to jot down your thoughts and reflections from this meditation. It's really interesting how subconsciously our thoughts and feelings and beliefs can be dictated to us. I definitely look back at childhood and see that I absorbed, took on many of the thoughts and feelings and beliefs about world issues, about myself, that my family had fed to me. It's not a bad thing, but in adulthood, my authentic view on things was a little different sometimes. And I had to get in touch with that inner guidance of my soul. I had to actually also use my intellect to pick apart and analyze issues and go, wait a minute, I always believed that way, but now that I know some more information, or now that I'm really picking it apart and looking at it, I see it kind of differently. I was working with someone recently in a coaching session who has been the punching bag for her family. And at times, that energy has shown up in other places in her life. And so it was really good to look at, you're not a punching bag. You don't need to be a punching bag just because they fed this to you that you deserve to be the punching bag. That's not your real truth. Your real truth is you're brilliant and intelligent, and much more mentally stable than the rest of your family. And so you're not the crazy one. So it's really nice to go in and analyze and think for ourselves. And it's especially important to do that with any media that we consume. Not just to take something at face value because it's told to us, or to realize that certain media is meant to be, intended to be emotionally manipulative. But when we really analyze and intuit and really get in touch with that rich, deep inner guiding voice, we tend to have a lot less suffering, a lot more wisdom, and a heck of a lot more joy in life. I want to thank you for joining me in this brief meditation and reflection. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your week, month, and year.